Hello and welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tanya.
And I'm Anthony.
And this is episode 42. We are,
I just remember, episode 12. Whenever we were in the crafting room, and I remember specifically because I was wearing the sweater that you made me, and it was the one where you were kind of facing towards the window, and I was sitting on that white. That was 12.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I remember.
I remember episode 1 when we were in the office.
Yeah, I know, right there. And I had the long, scraggly, beard right there.
So nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. You still got the scraggly.
No, but it was like down here. Like it was a monster.
So welcome to Karma's a Stitch. We're already off track. So sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for returning if you are a returning viewer, and if not, and this is your first time, welcome. This is my son, and we learned to knit together about 6 years ago. If you're looking to get in touch with us, you can email at tanya@karmasastitch.com, and those will go to Anthony as well. You can find me on Instagram as Karma's a Stitch, as well as Ravelry, and on Ravelry I am 76 Karma, and Anthony has a Ravelry as well.
94 Karma.
94 Karma. And we start each of our episodes with new stuff, and then we talk about whips and FOs and then activities. So that's where I'm going to start. You don't have any new stuff this week, do you?
I don't know. What would you say? Because I have questions about this. It could be.
You don't have any new purchases.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
I do.
I know.
So if you remember episode 41.
Hold on really quick. I was not trying to make fun of my mom.
Yes, you were.
Well, I wasn't like trying.
Okay, you were.
I wasn't. I can see how it would be like I'm trying to like make fun of my mom. It was just kind of like a little.
No, last episode I talked about how I was going to go meet up with one of our local yarn dyers because I was in need of 3 more colors. She had
That's right.
Yeah, she had just had a trunk show. I had gotten some yarn from her. You had gotten some yarn from her, and we shared that yarn. And then I found the project I was going to do with that yarn, and that project called for 3 additional colors. So I texted her, I messaged her, and we figured out colors. This here is a superwash fingering, 400 yards, superwash merino, and the colorway is called Snow Falling on Cedar. And this is by Inner Yarns In. And if you watched our last episode, you will know Anthony got this same colorway, but he got it in DK.
She got it in fingering.
Yep.
There was quite confusion before
I hit record.
But yeah, because she brought it over, and I was just like, so, like, what's up with that? Like,
what are you doing with my yarn, Mom?
Yeah, like, what the heck? and because I looked at the name, like I was like 99% sure that that's the same one that I got.
Yep.
But then I looked at the name and like the color name, and that was like that was the exact name that I got. And
I love the speckles in there. Yeah. Snow Falling on Cedar.
Yeah.
So I got fingering. This is the same one Anthony got, or one of the same ones Anthony got in DK at that trunk show we went to. Now, as it turned out, I needed 3 additional colors. And and I was messaging with her. This is one of them that she had. I met up with her. I got 3 colors, but she had sent me a picture of one that I had fallen in love with, but she didn't have at her dye studio. It was the only ones that she had in her inventory were still at that trunk show. So I went to the trunk show again, and I picked up that one that I had fell in love with. And and because I had already gotten 3 from her, I had to take one of them out, and this is the one that came out. So this is not going in this project. Now I have to go build a project around this skein of yarn. So the other colors that I got are already caked up because I've already got them going into a project. This right here, this yarn color is called, and I'm gonna say it wrong, it's Essifant.
There's no...
Sorry, could you say that again?
Nope, I can't. Essawent.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no F.
Essawent. So this is,
yeah,
she named this colorway because Essuent is what her grandson was saying when he was trying to say elephant.
Oh.
And so she had dyed this yarn, and he had been watching an animated show with an elephant in it, and he's like, you should name that Essuent. And I'm sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly, but she told me the story, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that color. So here is
that's pretty cool.
the Essuent.
The Essuent.
And this also is on her Superwash Merino fingering base. And this is the one I went back to the trunk show and ended up getting.
Is that the one that you absolutely fell in love with?
I did. I fell in love with this one as she sent me the pictures of the ones that she thought, oh, these colors might look really good with that project. And this was one of them, but she didn't have any at her dye studio. So there's that one. Then there was this one. This one is called Standing Stones.
I remember seeing that one whenever I was picking up the ones that I wanted to buy myself.
It's a gray kind of tonal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember which ones were the new ones. Oh, and then this was the other new one I got. This one is called Mariah.
Mariah.
Mariah. Got a little fleck on there. I love that moody gray that's in there. Love it.
It kind of looks like it's got a little tint of like very dark purple.
I was thinking the same thing. I love that color. Do you guys see purple? I see a little bit of purple in that.
Yeah, like.
And then this one did not have a colorway name. She only had mini skeins of this one.
You know what that one I think should be named?
What?
It's a cookie flavor. But it's like a.
Reminds me of a confetti birthday cake.
I could see that. But it's like oh, it's gonna really bother me now.
I just had a cake of yarn roll off my lap and go under the couch over there.
Over there.
All the way over there. Would you mind?
Yeah, or no, I wouldn't mind.
So those are my new acquisitions. I got some new yarn. Only because I knew exactly what project it was going to go into. Did it go all the way under?
Just about.
Thank you.
Looks like bubble gum.
That's the bubblegum one. Thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
The bubblegum one. I shared this one last week with you guys. Okay, so because of what my lap looks like right now, we're gonna go into whips because that's all my new acquisitions. We're gonna go into whips and I'm gonna talk about this whip first. I have cast it on with a group and I'm going to start with, I'm not holding it
Are
up
you
here.
putting bubble gum on it?
I'm putting all these colors in it.
Gotcha. So
They were all going together.
Gotcha.
So I've got the Essawent as my, and I've had to label them like this. There's my color A.
So is that gonna be a
You'll see.
okay. So I probably shouldn't guess it.
And here's my color B, which I talked about last time. This one is called Pretty Blue. And these are all by Inner Yarns In. They're either all superwash merino 100% or 75-25 superwash merino nylon. So that's my color B. Color C is my bubble gum. Color D is Mariah. Color E is the unnamed confetti looking mini. Color G, I don't remember what this one was called. Oh, because it was to be determined. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to remember the name of that
Cookie.
The cookie, because
Okay.
it would go so good with that.
So this one had not been named yet because it's part of one of her advents. So it's got blues and pinks and dark gray. So there's my G. And F, oops, sorry, went out of order. F is the standing stone.
Oh, SON is a little bit more blue.
And so yes, those are the 7 colors I'm going with. And if you have not guessed yet, it is the new Stephen West Shawl Smorgasbord.
I remember last episode you said that, and I think even the one before that, you said, and I think it was just last episode, you said that you needed to get 3 more colors for a project, and I remember saying, is it for the Stephen West? And you said, no, it wasn't for that.
It's not for the mystery knit along.
Oh.
This is one that, the mystery knit along, you don't know what it's gonna look like.
Okay.
Like he sends you the first part of the clue and you work on that, not knowing what it's gonna look like.
Gotcha.
This one is just a pattern where he shows you what you're gonna be making and then you get to decide where you wanna put the right colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I'm gonna put a picture up here and and this was kind of part of my process when I went through it, and I will put in, no I won't, I'll make a separate video. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I went through and read through the entire pattern because there's like 20 some sections of this pattern. And like section 1 is these 2 colors striped, and then section 2 was a solid, and then 3 was 2 colors striped. So I went through and I did that for each section. And then I rearranged my colors so that I knew the colors that were going to be striping together I was comfortable with. And the colors that were going to be solids next to stripes, I was comfortable with those as well. So I went through that whole process, and then I just rearranged my colors, and then I wound all 7 skeins of yarn. Now, colors E and G require less yardage. And so when I was looking at my yardage, I had that mini skein one. So I had 2 mini skeins of the same color. And so I knew I had to keep that color in either color E or color G, because I don't have as much yardage of that one. So with that in mind, and I knew what color I wanted this outside chevron border, and so I ended up making sure that these 2 colors were what I wanted them. So anyway, it was a process. Do you want to see my progress so far?
I would love to see your progress.
For real?
I would love it.
Are you just saying that?
Well, I was looking at it earlier, but
There you go.
looks really good.
I love the colors. And hey, look, Mom, I've got some ends for you. I'll have even more by the time you get here.
Are you saying that for Grandma, or
Yeah.
are you saying it? Okay, I wasn't
No,
sure if you were saying it for her or if you were saying it. Like,
No. So Grandma's coming and she's going to that retreat with me, but my mom doesn't
Right.
knit. She doesn't crochet.
she
She says, what am I
sews.
going to do? Yeah, she's a quilter. She says, what am I going to do while we're there? I said, you're going to have fun. You're going to be in my company. Oh, Tanya, I need to know how to do something. So we're going to teach her how to weave in ends, and she's going to sit there and weave in ends.
Because I mean, you just when regular subscribers, regular watchers, they all know that you do not like
I don't.
sewing in ends.
It's not that I don't like it.
Then why don't you do it?
Because that is a lot of time.
So you don't.
I'd rather spend that time knitting.
So you don't like it.
I'd rather knit. I'd rather be knitting on something than weaving in ends,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I choose not to spend my time with the part. If I'd rather be knitting, that's where I want my time spent. I don't want my time spent on ends. So as you can see, I've got the very blue and the Essuent striping, and then I've got my bubble gum, right? And then I have the to be determined striping with the Mariah and the standing stones and the to be determined. I mean, it's just the whole thing. I am very excited about this shawl. This is one I will be keeping for myself. I have decided.
You don't wear shawls, so.
Well, I'm gonna start. So there is the progress on that whip. Okay, so my next whip that I'm gonna talk about is one that you haven't seen since my last cast on party. And this is a pair of socks. It's being housed in my llama bag.
Yama yama.
Yama yama. And it is a pair of socks because that's the only thing I cast on. And it's called the Retro Ankle sock. And the last time you guys saw this, all I had done on it was the cuff.
Well, you've gotten pretty
Uh-huh.
decently, yeah.
I'm doing this on DPNs. So I was right here the last time you guys saw it. And I have done the heel flap and gusset decreases. And now I'm just going round and round in the pattern, which is lovely.
That looks pretty cool. Can I?
Look at that closer? You may.
Yeah.
So I am doing this on size US 1 DPNs, which is a 2.25 millimeter. I am using Plucky Knitter Feet Base, one of her one-hit wonders, which is 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon. I guess I should, there we go, Plucky. So when when Plucky Knitter has her one hit wonders, she doesn't name her colorways. So this would be what it's looking like. That's the color I'm using. And it's a pretty fun, I'm using a cable needle twirly thingy. There we go. A cable needle twirly thingy to help me.
Looks about accurate.
Isn't that what you would name it? A cable needle twirly thingy to help me with this. But yeah, I think it's coming out really great. I am enjoying that a lot. I love that pattern. And it does, the pattern does just go down the top of the foot. And I have to do the repeat, I think 6 times for the length of foot. And I just did 1. So I have a little ways to go on this. But, so that would be my second whip. Which I feel pretty good that I got some of that sock done. Granted, it's not a whole lot, but it is a cabled pattern. I don't do a lot of cable work. So.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that you can make me like a single pair of socks?
Mm-hmm.
And then I could like.
Wear them?
Yeah. Like compared to like the
like
regular.
This size?
Yeah.
Like ankle socks.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I get around to socks.
Well, I'm just, cause I was just, I'll explain later.
For sure. Okay, so then the next whip came out of this book. It's for Alex. She asked for a monster. So I am doing this on US 5. This is the monster we're making for her. And it flips inside itself. I'll find the picture if you weren't here last week when I talked about it. Yeah, it flips inside itself. Isn't that cute? So the colors that I'm using Red Heart Super Saver, easy to wash, right? This is for Alex. The last time you guys saw it, it was a very small little circle. Look at it now. Look at it now. So this is coming along. I am making progress on the monster for Alex. Obviously not as much progress as she would like. But I am making progress on it. I would like to think I could have that done maybe by Halloween for her. And then the next whip I have to talk about, are you getting ready to talk about your whip?
No, I'm just making sure I have everything.
Okay, because I'm on my last one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the next one, if you guys have watched my Christmas in July, you'll know what my Advent project was that I did. It's called the Waxing Moon Shawl, and it makes by Emily O'Brien, and it is a complete circle. And each wedge calls for a 20-gram mini. It was a wonderful pattern. I have all the colors inserted. I have all the colors inserted. I am now adding, let's see if I can, this lace edging. And it's a 16-row repeat. And it takes me about 4.5 repeats to get through one of these wedges. And I have 24 wedges to get through. So that's where I'm at with it right now, you guys. Now, I will tell you that if you are thinking about this project for an Advent, which I will absolutely make another one, we'll see how I feel about the lace border. She does offer 2 different options for the border, we'll see how I feel about the lace border when I'm done with it. Because I will make the shawl again. I will do the 24 wedges versus the 12 because she does give you an option for a half circle versus a full circle. But there's a twisted edge option instead of the lace bit on the bottom. So for each mini, I have about 3 grams of each color left. So if that is something, so I have about 3 grams of each color left in this project. And I'm gonna try really hard because I'm doing the lace bit on DPNs, just 2 short little DPNs. I introduced the colors throughout my Christmas in July vlog, except for this main color. This is the full skein that came with my cashmere and coconuts Christmas, or she called it her summer box, but this is, I'm trying to get this last little bit because it's wanting to be tangled. I don't do well with tangled yarn. So let me just wrap this back up. So this was called Grounded.
Oh, I thought that you were talking about that was cashmere and coconut, because that would even go really good with that.
So cashmere and coconuts is the
like a coconut tree, or
is the yarn dyer company. That's the name of her company.
Gotcha.
And that's who I bought this from. This is her basic sock, which is 75-25 merino and nylon. It does not say superwash merino, so I will be very careful. Hand wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. Hand dyed in Minnesota. So, Cashmere and Coconuts is who I got my summer kit from, which had lots of minis. And like I said, I have about 3 grams left of each one. Just lots and lots and lots of little minis waiting to be going into a scrappy project. But this is the main color that it came with. And so this is the main color that I'm using as the lace border around the shawl. So let me put this back in here so I can kind of keep this a little bit. And I will lay this out and get a picture so you guys can see the progress. This is how much, could you hold this for me?
Yes.
This is how much of the lace border I've gotten done.
It's got the pattern and everything.
Okay. It had an I-cord bind off that goes all the way across the provisional in the center circle where all the colors meet. And then it had an I-cord bind off with the main color.
Hey, Mom.
So,
Sorry, I'm gonna wait till you're done.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So this was the last color that I did, and then it called for an I-cord bind off. And then you picked up some garter stitches with your lace color that you were going to use. So that's my grounded. And then we started with the orange where there was a provisional cast on. So I picked those stitches up. And when I picked those stitches up, then I did an I-cord bind off on that orange border. And then we started with our lace. Sorry, there's more ends for you, Mom. Then I started in with this lace border. And I am on about the third, let's see if I can, yeah. I'm about on the third wedge right now. This is curling on me. I'm gonna have to, that'll be lovely when it's blocked. So I'm gonna go all the way around, all the different wedges with this lace border.
That's gonna
take me a minute.
Yeah, it is.
Because there's a lot.
There is, holy smokes.
Yep. It makes a full circle. and I will include a picture of that and where I'm at. So, this edge, it's gonna take me a minute.
Well, good thing you really enjoy knitting.
Yeah, good thing that I don't have a mountain of other whips waiting for my attention.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, this was done on a US 4. I will...
So I have a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You can finish.
No, go ahead.
So this is for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that?
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay.
Anthony just asked for me to explain what this might be, and I'm covering it up. I'm showing you it's a chart, but I don't want to show you the chart because that's essentially her pattern.
The pattern. Yeah.
Okay, so Anthony, you hold this, and so for row 1, 1 second. So for row 1, a blank stitch. I'm gonna knit 2. Look, knit 2.
Okay.
This here, slash, I'm gonna slip, slip, knit. Slip, slip, knit. A circle is a yarn over.
Okay. So
And then I'm gonna knit 8.
So you're like telling them, well, I get just one row.
It's just one row.
Okay.
But you see how these symbols in this chart correspond. So if you prefer to use the written instructions, which I prefer to use, you can use that. But some people prefer to use this chart.
Yeah. I mean, there is, what, like 15, 16 rows?
16 rows. So some people prefer to use the chart, and this is easier for them.
Okay.
And for me, that's easier.
Yeah, those look all completely different too.
Yeah, every row is different.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's great. I'm glad you looked at that. So I am using this pattern. I loved how she had it written. I will absolutely recommend the Emily O'Brien Waxing Moon Shawl pattern. It's great. It was a lot of fun. As well as the Cashmere and Coconut. Sorry about the crinkling. Let me just get this pattern back in there. The Cashmere and Coconut Summer Yarn Box, because these colors were gorgeous. So that, and I am using, I think I said this, I am using DPNs to go around and add on my border as I go. And as you're doing this lace, you're picking up along this garter edge. So yeah, that's where we're at, folks. That's my progress. All right. Anthony, you want to talk about your whip?
I would. How you doing, sweetheart? Okay. Now, so the last time that you guys saw this my project, I'm making a cowl, but I'm going to attach the two ends, because normally whenever you make just a regular cowl, you would probably go up to about there, and then you could slip your head in and you could just wear it. It's an infinity scarf. So, but it was my mom's idea to just keep going and finish the skein. And so last time that you guys saw it, I was this far, and so since then I have finished the whole skein. Just got that left, and so this is all done, being knit. I just need to attach the two ends, and so I think I'm going to, well, actually, yeah, no, I do have a question. should I go back about 4 rows and then so I could like weave?
It's called a Kitchener
Or
stitch.
a Kitchener stitch.
We would go back about 4 rows
Yeah,
so
4.
that we had enough yarn to do the Kitchener stitch in this color.
Yes, so that it looks like the same color all the way around. Because right now it's double. Like normally you'd stick your head in there, and then you'd have this around your neck. But I kept going. I'd finish the skein, and so you have this around your neck, and it'll be lit twice as warm. And so if you are new to the channel, the regular viewers, they all know that I'm donating this and everything that I make from now until fall to the homeless shelter. And but I keep getting off track. Should I go 4 rows back, so we use this color, so it's the same color all the way around, or should I use a different color?
Which would probably be white.
Probably be white. Like that. It's just the yeah.
So basically, should we go back 4 rows, right? So we can Kitchener in the right color.
I keep talking myself into
I
the
know.
answer.
You know what you want to do. There is no question.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go back 4 rows.
Yeah. We're gonna go back 4 rows
so that we can Kitchener
yeah.
in the correct color.
Yep.
Okay.
So me talking about it, I just answered my own question.
Yes.
So
no opinions necessary.
yeah, no. But yeah.
Okay, so what yarn did you use? What size needle did you use? Tell us about your project.
I'm going. I used Mainstays 100% acrylic yarn, and the colorway is multiple blue. Yeah, blue multi. That's what it was. It's blue multi. I basically, yeah. Mm-hmm. And this was donated to me by my grandma. And so, and it is a US.
You have the needle package.
Mm-hmm.
I love how even your stitches look. Look at how great his stitches are looking. Look at how even his tension is. That has come so far, son. Very nice.
And it is a US 8.
Very good. Okay.
And so the needles that I'm using are Knitter's Pride, and they are also a US 8. And that, get the glare out.
Good.
Yeah, and the cable is 24 inches, and
do you remember how many stitches you cast on for this?
96.
You should count them.
No. No.
Okay, so I have an FO this week. Oops. Okay. So this one is called the Audrey cowl. And it was designed by the woman who owns the local yarn shop I go to. So she said that she'd really like a sample of her project done in yarn that she offers at her shop, so that she had one in her shop. So this was a sample knit, and if you guys recall, I started with the yellow, and then I did the brown striping and the peach. And this is where I was the last time you guys saw it, was with the green. And then I added some red and some blue and some purple, and then we Kitchenered it together. So this is how yours will go together, because this is where I cast on.
Okay.
So look at this massive scarf. Hi. It looks great. We could keep lots of people warm with this.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can double it up. Look at how cute that is. So I will go through the yarn, but isn't that cute?
That looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was a lot of fun.
Go
And it was
good
basic.
with any color that you're wearing.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I really love the blue and purple. So, anyhow, so the yarns that I used, and I brought the yarns home and I read the pattern. I said, okay, Alex, we're going to have a solid color. A is going to be a solid, and B and C are going to be stripes and neck to each other. And so she put them in order for me. So this will be color 1926. The red that I used was color 314. And this is all Cascade 220 Superwash. Okay, and this is how much I have left. It used about 53 grams of each color of this. So the green I used was color 1919. The yellow mustardy one was color 877. This peachy one was color 289. I love this one. It just kind of popped a little bit. The purple, which if you look close at that purple, it's got loads of other colors in it. And it was color 295. And then this brownish, also look at all the colors in that. And that was color 863. And then the blue I used was color 904. And again, each one used the same amount, and I had about 47 grams left of each color. So that is my FO. This pattern was done with a US 7 needle. And it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. And it's exactly what I needed, and I will now go drop this off at her shop. But it's exactly what I needed. Like, Alex has been home from school this summer, and not knitting isn't an option, but knitting on something that doesn't require any thought is exactly where I have been pretty much all summer. And that's what this project gave me. I mean, which is essentially, I started this, and that's why I encouraged Anthony to do the same thing with this. Mm-hmm. Changing color wasn't necessarily something Anthony was super comfortable and excited about doing. So just doing it in a multicolor was perfect for him, because he got to just go and go and go and didn't have to worry about changing color because the yarn did that for him. So yes, that is my FO this week, and I loved it. This 2 weeks, it's been 2 weeks, I guess. So I think that's it for stuff. I left my notebook up there with our activities. Thank you. So, like I said, Alex has been home from, are you coming back?
I'm gonna get a little bit more coffee.
Alex is, she's been home from school for the summer, and she's getting ready to go back. She goes back to school, I think, the week of the 23rd of August. So that'll be good. It'll be good that she's going back. I'm ready for her. She's starting first grade. She just lost a tooth. Got a couple new outfits for her. Need a few more. We'll see how that goes. My mom's coming. My mom's gonna be here next Monday. No, Mom will be here on the 15th of August. And I'm so excited. She's gonna be here for 2 weeks, and she is going to the knitting retreat with me. I cannot wait for her to learn how to weave in ends. We're gonna have a booth at the retreat with, and I am sorry about the noise in the kitchen. Anthony decided he needed another coffee right now, so I'm sorry for the noise, but we will move on. So Mom's gonna be here. She's gonna learn how to weave in ends. We're gonna have a booth selling Mom's project bags. So yes, Anthony's back now.
I'm back. Sorry.
We will have a booth that's going to have Mom's project bags and some candles and some other little things in the booth. So excited to be able to have Mom be a part of that with me. And the other thing, I've had a lot of people asking me about the next cast on party. So follow my train of thought here. It's August. I've got Alex going back to school. I've got 2 weeks of my mom being here. We've got a knitting retreat. I've got stuff going on for August. September is when, and I know not everybody participates in this, but September is when Stephen West announces kind of what your colors need to be and how many colors you're gonna need for his mystery knit along. Now his mystery knit along, so for the month of September, people start looking and pulling their color palettes together for the mystery knit along, which starts the first Friday of October. So for the month of October, you're getting a clue each Friday for those of us that participate. You're getting a clue the first Friday of October, and you work on that clue for the week. Sometimes you get the clue done early. Sometimes you're right up to the wire. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're taking your time and you've got other stuff going on. And then you've got November and December, where lots of folks spend those months kind of wrapping up Christmas presents and remembering, oh yeah, I remember Uncle Fred, he really wanted a pair of socks. I need to get that done. So yeah, November and December are spent doing a lot of holiday wrap-up knitting. So what I've decided for the next cast on party, the next cast on party will be in January. However, every Friday for the month of September, when Stephen West announces, hey, these are the colors you're going to be looking for, and people start thinking, holy smokes, it's time for the mystery knit along again, I need to get some of these whips done. So every Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. my time, and I'm in Boise, Idaho, USA, if you want to Google that and figure out what the time difference is between you and I, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every Friday for September, which will be September 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. I will open my Zoom room and we're going to have cast off get-togethers. Like, let's get this stuff, clean off your needles, get it done. You do not have to participate in every single one. You can log in and just listen to all the chit chat. You do not have to say a single word if you're uncomfortable with Zoom and you just want to listen to other folks chat about yarny. It's not always yarny stuff. But I will have my Zoom room open every Friday from 10 to 3 for the month of September so that we can get some of the stuff wrapped up. And whether you're wrapping stuff up just to finish off the year with fewer whips, or you're wrapping stuff up so that you can get to your Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, or you're wrapping stuff up so you can get on with your holiday knitting, whatever your reason, we are going to do that for the month of September on Fridays from 10 to 3. So if that is something you would like to participate in at any Friday, you'll want to message me so that I can make sure I get the, and I'll probably create an Instagram group for it. So that we can all get some of the stuff wrapped up, because I know the stuff I want to wrap up this week hopefully will be different from what I want to wrap up next week. So I think that's all. Do you have anything to add? How's your coffee?
It's good. What?
You know what we didn't do?
What?
At the beginning of the episode, what do we always start every episode with?
The scripture.
We didn't do the scripture at the beginning. So why don't you tell us what the scripture for this episode is?
And so today's scripture is Matthew 5:44.
5:44. So I will put that at the end of the episode for your reading pleasure. Okay.
Yeah. And
all right, you guys, do you have anything else you want to add?
The reason I haven't been knitting is because I forgot my hat that I've been knitting. I didn't forget it in the car. I forgot it at the house. I know exactly where it's at. And yes, so but yeah.
Okay. So our next episode would be getting recorded on the Friday, 2 weeks from Friday. So I will be at a knitting retreat. So our next episode, we will probably record the Monday after I get back, maybe even the Tuesday after I get back. We'll have to see how that goes. So that'll be August 22nd or 23rd, I think. So that next episode will be a couple days late because I will be at a knitting retreat. And we will see you guys then. Bye.
Goodbye.